So this is the type of tree that my bow and arrow is made out of. I have to find another now because, like, I don't have it anymore. And see, I wasn't even finished with it. I had fully whittled it down and everything. And long story short, it was so cool. It had like eyes down the front, the entire front of the bow. It had eyes down the entire front, and I was about to fire bend it so that it was both bent but then also fortified by oil. So right now I've been doing some studying into not only the types of oils for softwood, but this is like one of the harder softwoods that can actually take my full strength pulling an arrow back. And yes, I do know for sure. But aside from that, the next part has to do with bamboo as well, because you can treat with copper, or you can treat with different types of things that I'm not going to tell you about because it's taking an extensive amount of my time to do the research. And the good news is that it's not only the treating of bamboo, but also using it as products. So I'm steady connecting in those ways, and as you can tell, my love of bows and arrows since I was young. I hit target. The first time I actually went to a range out here, I got 3 on my first one and 2 on my second in the bullseye. So like now I just need to continue either making my own or buying my own, because my acuity is high. So sand and water have similarities, which I would say can be ascertained from how it moves, right? In terms of how it moves and how it stores energy and information. So the reason why this matters to me is because I study such things as sound as well as nature. And I have to say it like this: I didn't choose the spiritual life chose me. I don't mean that in anybody else's conception either. Like literally, my spiritual life is my spiritual life. And I think because I see it like that, I've been able to really develop some epic and or strong mentalities surrounding my daily life and the types of things that I perpetuate into them. So sound is also similar to thoughts, right? Because my thoughts are invisible. Thus, I associate them with time, with sound. And if you've never focused on the studies that they've been doing in Japan, which is a similar type of sound technology that's used in a certain type of water. And by the way, I am going to be involved with that water pretty soon. So long story short, the studies that have been done on water implicate that waves of sound with different shapes perpetuate throughout. And aside from this, when it comes to sand is full of quartz. And quartz is a very multi-useful natural material. They call it semi-precious gems. And I love semi-precious gems because they usually do not cost anywhere near to the amount as precious stones, and I put that in air quotes because all of them are precious. But for real, that's why I am spending a little bit more time, outside, especially out near the mountains, out near stuff, just because I am experiencing that part of my mentality and how that feels different than me being on yes, hello. So anyway, basically, I'll say it like this: I was born in the '90s, so I'm 31 years old, and I remember before the internet was public. So before internet was public, how you doing? Yes, I was outside. I was hanging outside, and I was learning nature technology, both from the everyday American perspective to the Native American perspective, and literally just chilling like an anti-villain. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit of like what's going on with me right now. That's only 1/3 of that concept. I can't possibly tell you everything that's happening, and the good news is that I do have a lot of people, a lot of hands to delegate with, to work with, to organize with. So it should be fun. It should be fun. As you probably noticed, I lost 40 pounds recently, and it's been very interesting. I've had a few like physical recoveries that I had to come through to, and long story short, I still have been able to retain most, if not all, of my ability to speak different languages, as well as just do all of the work that I actually do already. In terms of my encyclopedia style mentality and memory, that is where I am right now. And now I gotta do a little love story for this plant that I'm about to show you. So if you can't recognize this plant right here, this is a tumbleweed, right? And here's like a field of tumbleweeds. Let's find one that's even more round, right? Like this one right here. So this is a tumbleweed, and this tumbleweed has the ability to eventually dry up to the point to where it will encircle itself and go cascade across the ground. And while it's doing that, it's actually laying seeds everywhere. And not only that, but it is edible.